can play your way out of being on Hard Knocks off-season.
Learn Chinese, buddy. Konnichiwa.
It's a me.
Calling my shot now. They make the playoffs next year with Sanders as their quarterback.
Steph Curry walked so Caitlin Clark could run.
The cup should go back to Canada, where it belongs this next go-round.
I like to suck on him a little bit first. All this all about.
Where was Nick Foles on January 6th?
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it's time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. Once again, no Greg. He's out there chasing the paper. I don't know. What can I tell you? My man's out there getting paid. He's putting a actual paycheck ahead of this show. We've got a corporate talking to that's coming down from the higher ups. But Mookie's here. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
Oh man, I'm all over the place. It is and Jesse in the comment section hit it correct. It's not just you, Jesse. It does not feel like a Tuesday. I'm very excited to be here, talk sports with you guys, have a brew, but it's a weird week, man, already, and it's only Tuesday.
Mook, is that porn on your other monitor?
No, this is totally fair, because I had the same thought, and I was like, whatever, they can't see that. But just going right to left here, Tenant, the Great Wall, we meet on vacation, the Rip, the Critic, Lee Cronin's The Mummy, Primate, Little, Arco, Little Amelie, David, I Was Octomom, the Natalie Portman story, Shooting Stars, The Truth About Twisters. So no, not porn.
Octomom, she did do porn though, right? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but this is her self-autobiography documentary. So she controlled the content. So who knows? Maybe there's some boobs. Who knows? I mean,
we'll go to this view. We'll cut to this view so that you're porn.
Here, hold on. I got. You know what? Here, this might give the fans a little bit better feels. Here we go. There's the code for the CBS chatbot. That's right, folks. We got our own AI model, tuned and embedded and all that good stuff. Not porn.
Tuned is a stretch. It exists. How was your sports weekend, man?
You know what? Can't remember, to be honest, but last night was great. It was entertaining. That was my biggest fear, is that we're gonna have this national championship game, this huge big build up to it, and it was just gonna be a flat dud. But dude, it lived up. Like, I didn't think the way the first half went, I was like, no way Miami stays close or anything in this. But they ended up giving us some entertainment there, and Mendoza delivered. And I'm not talking about the football game. I'm talking about afterwards. He cracked. Did you see that? He cracked. He finally cracked.
Let one slip. After saying like Mr. Tebow, he still let a curse word fly, which is
first of all glory to God.
We'll talk all about that national championship game because that was a good one. I enjoyed it. My sports weekend was uneventful, man. It's the NFL this weekend was hot and cold. The national championship was good. Tottenham played like crap and then played better today. So, overall, just a weird sports weekend, good and bad, both sides, like frustrating and
entertaining. Oh, that's right. The NFL playoffs are this weekend. That happened.
We'll talk about that. That was
time.
That was the thing that happened, those games. So we got to get into this national championship. There's a lot from the college football world. The Big Ten and the SEC are at a stalemate about college football expansion. We'll talk about that power struggle that's going on there. We got to talk about Curt Cignetti, because apparently this man is a psychopath. This man is a complete psychopath. So we'll get into that. Also, I want to talk about the NFL playoffs. So the divisional round, we'll recap that. Those games, look ahead to the championship round. And then there's some, did you know basketball was happening? College basketball is happening? Did you know that?
No, it's not real. There's no way it's a real college basketball season, because isn't like, I don't know, someone is first place that shouldn't be, and Miami hasn't lost. Like, that's all I basically know about college basketball. Oh, and Cincinnati's blue. But after that, what more is there to even worry about?
Mookie, I'm shook right now. My wife just texted me and said that wasn't Whitey. The prime suspect was not. Somebody tampered with my mail and wrote on on my mail hashtag Mookie rules, and then wrote Spurs sucks. And we need to get to the bottom of this, because this is a federal crime to tamper with my mail. And do you really want to throw one of your neighbors in the clink like that in this day and age, Mike? Isn't there enough to deal with in the world?
I thought you liked your neighbors.
I'm nervous about this because now I got somebody out there tainting my mail, and I don't know who it is. I thought for sure it was Whitey, and apparently it was not Whitey. My wife just confirmed. We will get to the bottom of this before the end of the show, hopefully. Tons to get to, though. Before we do, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. Chime in the comments what you are drinking. Jesse said, wow, Mike sounding like he wants to talk to a manager. Jesse, I feel victimized here. Somebody is writing on my mail while it's in my mailbox. It's nerve-wracking. Mookie.
I mean, if they were writing on it in your mailbox, that's kind of impressive because it's not like there's a lot of space in the mailbox, and you got to get a hand in there with like a pencil or a pen or something and like make letters. That's pretty. If I was you, I would be impressed. I wouldn't be mad.
Well, I just want to know who it is. I'll determine depending on who it is, that'll determine whether I am mad or not. Biscuit saying Spurs do suck, so that person deserves a pardon. Cool, man.
As pointed out in the Discord too, I love that everyone's bought into Spurs. They're just the Spurs now. Sorry, you Coifees or whatever are just gonna have to deal with it. And Sarah wants to know the important questions here, Mike. Did they taint your mail or taint your mail?
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about, Jesse. Yes, that's correct, Jesse. Now I'm worried about that. Scrote mail? Is it scrote mail? Somebody teabag my mail.
Dude, I haven't touched your mail, so I don't know, man. Why are you asking me questions?
Oh,
here, like I know stuff.
What are you drinking today, Mook? Dog or no dog?
Oh, it's a dog. It's a dog. We already went there, but I went back to the well again. I got Hardy Woods Christmas morning.
Nice.
I don't think I've had this one yet, actually. Okay, sweet. I'm glad I finished the plan. Yeah, it's a dog. It's different than the others, but it's delicious. You really can't hate it. And I think Sarah is right here. It was Caesar from the Beyond, man. Guy's thinking of you, and he's spouting the truth. Caesar always had my back. Yeah, Hardy Woods Christmas morning, absolute dog. I mean, we've gone around the horn about it the last 2 months since Mr. Matt Barr, thank you for your service, sent them to us. I feel like I'm holding on to Christmas, but I don't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? Like when you're in that mode where you're like, I don't want to give up the holidays, but it's not like so long you feel guilty. It's like, no, we're just gonna have one last sip.
I should have gone Hardywood. That should have been my choice, but I didn't get it in the refrigerator in time, and probably could have drank it straight from the basement because it's cold enough, but didn't want to deal with that. Gabe said he's drinking Muskie Lager, 4.9% ABV. He says it's a dog, but Skotsky saying that he had a Muskie Lager over the weekend, and it's very much not a dog. Isn't Muskie just a burger beer? Isn't that all it is? It's just burger.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was just it's like super cheap.
Yeah, it's just
which is fine. That's fine.
It's for college kids, right? Like that's the target demo is student,
and it goes to the NIL, right? That's the most important thing.
Yeah. So it's dog and what it's delivering and what it's helping the university do. Let's see. Did I miss any? I didn't miss any beers. Let us know what you guys are drinking in the comment section. I am in reruns tonight too. I went with Southern Tier's Tiramisu Imperial Stout. I had this one once before. 10% ABV. It's an absolute dog. It's so good. My wife was upset that I had so many like beers in the fridge that I haven't gotten to because I don't drink. If I'm not on the show, I don't drink beers. I drink bourbon or and she was like,
you're about to be like, I don't drink unless I'm on the show. I was like, don't lie to the people, Mike.
No, I don't drink beer if I'm not on the show. It's more bourbon or weed. And then so then these beers pile up in the fridge, and she's just moving stuff out of the way, loading groceries, and gets pissed. So she
sounds like Mama earned herself a beer. She should take one out for while she unpacks the groceries.
It's a dog, though. Absolute dog. Let us know in the comment section what you guys are drinking tonight. Rated on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Let's start this show off. Mook, obviously talking. Obviously. All right, man. College football season has come and gone. We have an undefeated champion Indiana did what they needed to do. A lot closer than everybody thought.
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of shocked that the line was 8.5 when it first opened up. Your boy personally was like, 8.5 is a pretty big spread. I'm going to go ahead and take that. So I took that. I took over 47.5, and I know Miami likes to run the ball, so I took Miami plus 80. Just parlay ski that together. It's a little payout for your boy.
Nice.
Overall, though, the game was pretty entertaining. Kind of a slow first half, but a great second half. Great second half.
It was tense. It was tight still in the first half. Like, it was a weird first half because I thought it was entertaining because it felt like Indiana was running away with it. But then you look at the score and you're like, well, it's only 10-0. Like, this is tight. Like,
it did feel like Indiana was dominating and just couldn't get the ball in the zone, which scared me because I thought for sure Miami was going to come back and win it.
The way the second half started too, kind of made you feel like that was going to happen.
Jesse's great post game. That was probably one of the best parts of that game was Fernando dropping the F-bomb in his post game. Just comments, just dropping the F-bomb.
Wait, with Holly?
Yeah, he dropped the F-bomb.
How did
I don't know
miss
if it was
that?
with Holly Rowe or if it was after the trophy presentation. Again, edibles. But yeah, he definitely broke character and became the guy that we all knew that he really was behind the veneer.
The Morty that he presents as. Yeah.
How sweet was it, Mook, to watch Miami lose in that fashion, though? Like, seeing that happen to Miami couldn't have happened to a better group, right?
You know, it's weird because I was thinking about it last night. I don't know why I hate Carson Beck, but I do. He just sucks. Like, he just looks like such a douche, and I feel like he is because he went to Miami. He dates the Kavinder kid. Like, he is the worst of that era of like the influencer athlete era. Like, he is the problem. He is the reason why NAL is bad because dudes like him don't need that cash. So I love to see the fact that every one of Miami's losses this year ended on a Beck interception. It felt so appropriate, and I mean. Honestly, I don't know what he was reading. I don't know what kind of spaghetti noodle arm throw he made. Like, that was just a terrible play all around and shows exactly why he didn't deserve to be in the national title, let alone have a shot to win it. Feel bad for Miami, though. Like, they got some dudes on the offensive side of the ball. That D-line is terrifying. I'm glad the game ended because now I feel like they can't come through my TV and hurt me because they were just bodying people all over the place. And they look like the Miami of old with their freak athleticism, and it was entertaining to watch.
It was good line play from Miami. That was their strong set the entire year was how great they were in the trenches, and that showed throughout that game. But Indiana was just able to scheme against it, man. Like, Mendoza, for a dude that got the ball out very slow throughout the year, like took his time, went through his progressions, was getting the ball out a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah.
The draw plays were absolutely dude. Okay, can God about the run that Mendoza had?
His Heisman Trophy winning run? Yeah.
Yes. My God, was that absolutely amazing. I couldn't get over, like, I'm falling asleep, and when he took that one in, I was wide awake afterwards. Like, wide awake after it, because you know what that call was? That was the exact same call that Notre Dame ran on Miami to tie up the game at 24-24. The exact same QB draw, exact same thing. And Mendoza's, like, him getting in on that play that's when I was like, all right, this one's over. Like, there's no way you're taking this away from Mendoza. He wants it more. He's going to do whatever it takes. It was still crazy that Miami had a shot at the end.
Until the guard got that false start. They had it all sewed up, and the minute that happened, I was like, oh my God, this is the undoing. Because there was a part, like, I put it in the Discord. I use going for it on fourth down. Lock it in. No way they don't go for it fourth down, like the third time or whatever on that final drive. But, dude, Miami had a shot. It was right there within their grasp, and then Carson Beck remembered who he is, and
is there any coach in college that has balls as big as Curt Cignetti? Because throwing back shoulder throw on 4th and 5 to pick up the first down. Unbelievable. The guts he had to go for some of those fourth downs. It's crazy. That man's insane.
It's who he is, man. I appreciate that. Like, it is his character, because he's they were saying that he doesn't celebrate when they score touchdowns, because, and this is what I love, he goes, yeah, that's our job. Like, that's what we're supposed to do. Like, the whole point of this game is to put the ball in the end zone, and when you do it, like, all you've done is accomplish the goal. Like, and that's how he's ended up. What is it, like 27 and 3 or something in 2 years with a national title? Like, dude, they were them some boys up there in Wilmington.
Biscuits said, good line play from Miami. Michael Irvin has entered the chat. That's a good joke.
And yeah, Boyle putting it in here too about how the refs swallowed their whistles. Dude, the officiating was terrible.
It was awful.
The Miami defensive backs got away with murder. Mendoza, and again, I'm not like, trust me, I love seeing him just get jacked up like in the Ohio State game, but that was a dirty play. Like, that was targeting. I don't know why they didn't call it. Like, yeah, you got to call that on a quarterback, especially. That surprised me. But yeah, I just don't think the officiating was very good. I think the teams kind of overcame it and played through it and gave us a great game. But man, it just, I see, and that was what I was afraid of. I was afraid it was going to end up like the the Bills and that other team game where the officials effectively decided the outcome. And it was just like, dude, like, nobody wants to see that. Like, come on, man. Like, let the boys play and let them figure it out. And I think the best team won. I don't think there's any debating that, but they didn't get any help whatsoever.
No, it definitely felt like it was some horrible no calls in that one. The fact that Mendoza did not draw a targeting flag on that one, like, he was bleeding after that hit, and there's no flag. Not even, and that's a penalty that can be reviewed. Like, you can go back and look at that one, and they didn't. That's insane to me. Go ahead.
And now Biscuit chiming in, Miami defense gets away with murder. Ray Lewis has entered the conversation.
Tank with a great point too, saying if you take Indiana to the college football playoffs, aren't you already playing with house money? Just roll them on fourth down. Sig. I think, dude, I got to be honest. I think Cignetti just was like, we're the better team. We can get 5 yards. I don't care what down it is. We can pick up 5 yards against this team. And he did. It's insane. I loved watching. Go ahead.
His exact thought in that moment was, if you boys can't get 3 yards, you don't deserve to win. Putting it on them too. Like, and you can see it too, because it's look, like, it's the TikTok world, right? And you see, like, the band, all the supporters, the cheerleaders, the dance team, they're all like Team Sig. It's like, it's a whole program behind this guy, and he has changed that culture like that. And his whole thing is like, we are going to win because that's what we do. That's it. That's the end of the story. Like, so go get me 3 yards.
Here's my question for you, because Cignetti obviously came from James Madison, brought a lot of players from James Madison too, is building something really strong in Indiana. Mark Cuban has just opened up the checkbook and just been like, here you go, do whatever you want. Here, whatever you need, I got you. Is Cignetti, is he a lifer at Indiana, or does he move on to a different program at some point, or even the NFL? Like, is Cignetti?
He said no NFL. He said no NFL. He came out and said he decided long ago he's not an NFL guy.
That's what they say. Until one of 32 jobs comes looking for you, and then the appeal is like, wow, I could be one of 32. Might be worth looking at. Like, eventually somebody's gonna knock on the door, right, and be like, hey, we'd love to talk to you. And even the staunch is like, I'm not an NFL guy. If it's one of 32, there's only 32 guys in the country that have that job. You kind of want to at least hear it out, right?
Why? For what reason?
Because
you're making as much, if not more, money right now in college as you would the NFL.
What's his contract? Here comes the first Google. Contract.
Well, I think he's base 8.3 a year, and they said with bonuses he could earn upwards of 7.2.
He's averaging around 11.6 annually.
Yes, I was right.
Fully guaranteed.
Told you.
What's the lowest paid NFL coach?
Let's see here. Who coaches the Bengals?
Yeah, that's a good point. Looks like the Panthers, they had a salary between 2 and 5 million annually.
Yeah, exactly. See, like,
that's fair.
So again, you can make more money in college. I feel like it's less headache to an extent, right? Like it's not as politicized. You do less work because you only play, well, I guess 16 games, but still, that's still one less than the NFL regular season. And they got that stupid preseason they claim to do. Like, there's really no reason to leave college at this point.
Well, and Jesse's saying at 63, he's staying. So I get it. But is he staying at Indiana? So, okay, let's take the NFL off the table. What happens if a bigger program comes knocking? Or do you think, Mook, like in this age, in the year of our Lord NIL,
I swear, I was like, I should wear our NIL sweatshirt to work today because everyone needs to know.
Like that's what it is. That's the turnaround at Indiana from being a complete laughingstock to college football playoff team last year to national champion this year is wild. And it shows you that this is what NIL can do for a program. This is what the transfer portal can do for a program. It makes it so much harder on all these new coaches that are coming in. James Franklin is now at Virginia Tech, and they're expecting him to win within 2 years because Cignetti was able to do it at Indiana. No coach has any excuse now because every athletic director is going to be like, Curt Cignetti just did it at fucking Indiana. So you can do it here at our school. Like the window is so much smaller now for coaches. Like I think every coach in the NCAA was pulling for Miami. I think every one of them was like, please just don't let Indiana win because it's going to make my job so much more pressure filled if I don't
see, like you're looking at it all wrong though, because what they got here is the coach gets to point to, I need you to give me a $20 million roster. I need you to give me this much money for my assistants, and I need you to pay this much in facilities. And then I can do for you what Sig did up at Indiana.
I need you to
And so from my perspective, your out is huge because you can be like, well, where's that Cuban money? You didn't get no Cuban money, right? Like you've now got more room for error. The gray area just got a little bit grayer. I don't know. Point is, and I think what we're going to see, I'm so excited for next year because we're going to see exact polar opposites. We're going to see the result of when you give someone like Cignetti the control that he has at IU. And that's why Tank says that he's going to stay at IU is he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, within legal reason, because consent is the 11th commandment. And then we're going to get to see Lane Kiffin absolutely run LSU into the ground doing whatever he wants, whenever he wants. The same level of financial support, but it's going to be a dumpster fire. So, like, we took what used to be the story, the plot for all these schools, threw a bunch of money at them to just amplify the narratives.
It's a good point.
There's nothing wrong with this.
That's a good point because Kiffin is going to have just as much money available to him as Cignetti, and it's going to put it out there. It's going to come down to who is the better coach, and it's clearly Cignetti.
No. Who's got the better program? Who does more with the money they get, the resources they get? Think about all the ways Lane's going to fuck this up, and it's going to be hilarious. Like, I can't wait. Until he ends up cutting some kid because he was, belly aching over his NIL package or like the guarantees or whatever. Or he does something stupid where he has to like appear and all. It's going to be fantastic. It's unhinged. That's what Lane Kiffin's going to be down there in Baton Rouge.
I'm interested to see how long this is sustained at IU. Like, does IU become a football school now? Like, are they going to abandon basketball and go all in on football? They got that taste of the football natty, and they're abandoning the identity of a basketball school and just being like, no, this is a football town, baby. Bloomington, Indiana, this is a football town. In Cignetti, we trust. Like, I can totally see them shift and focus more on football than basketball.
Where's the money at? Like, yeah, they got to taste that football money. They're like, Man, these donors really appreciate a quality football program. Maybe we do stick it out a while. I think they're going to be relevant to this level, basically until Cignetti pulls a Nick Saban. I think he's going to have a Nick Saban-esque like run at IU. So what, like 10 years?
So you think Indiana is going to maintain this success for 10 years in a conference with Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and ongoing conference expansion?
Absolutely. Because think about it. Like, fast forward 3 years, and all you have to do is have a football team that's still standing and alive, and you'll be in the playoffs in the Big Ten, right? So, like, ticket to dance, right? Curt is a very pragmatic guy, right? They don't work 18-hour days. He's like, no, do your work and go home. Like, we don't need to kill ourselves grinding. Be good, get good, and get out of here.
Cignetti's a psychopath, right? Like, he's an absolute psychopath.
Yeah, and it works, just like
One
Saban.
of the stories that came out was that he has the same Chipotle order every day since he's been in Bloomington. Like, he has the assistant director of football operations go and pick up his Chipotle order, which is a burrito bowl with rice, beans, chicken, and a side of guac. That's his order. It's $10.
Pretty healthy.
$10 and some change. He has had it over 500 times since being in Bloomington, Indiana. So quick math.
Chipotle points.
It's $5,000 worth of Chipotle. Yes, the Chipotle points were part of the story because the guy who has to pick it up, the assistant director of football operations, said that at one point, the number of rewards points that he had in his Chipotle account was 64,000 rewards points. It's good for 40 burritos. You can get 40 burritos with that.
Dude, that's awesome. So basically, the kid was eating free. Like, I appreciate that too. Paying it forward or paying it back or whatever you want to call it.
Could have been. He didn't realize they expire after a year. So he lost like 48,000 points. He's down to like 18,000 or something like that. But this dude, at one point in time, 64,000 rewards points. Have you ever come close to that in a rewards account?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Like, I'm not waiting to get to 64 reward points. They're like, hey, free soda for 20 points. I'm like, cash it in. Let's go.
Jesse, controversial take here. He said no double chicken, right? You never go double chicken. You do, but you got to wait until after you see what the first scoop is. You watch their first scoop and then you say, okay, I'll do double chicken. Because if they go with like a half-ass scoop,
it's true. No,
you're right.
Half-ass
scoop, you gotta be like, come on, man, that wasn't a scoop. And then you get a little bit more. Then you get like 1.25 times chicken, and you're like, I can deal with that. I'm good. Why no double chicken though? Is that a thing? Not
here's my thing. Look, I'm not gonna hate on double chicken, but if I'm doubling up, I'm getting two meats.
Oh,
we're going like, yeah. So Frida, typically, don't sleep on the sofritas, man. That shit is fire. Now it's got some heat, but it's so good, even if it is vegetarian.
I only go chicken. I don't even go beans.
Man.
I just go chicken.
No beans?
No beans. I go white rice. I go chicken, lettuce, sour cream, mild salsa, cheese. I basically have a giant taco with rice in it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'll go double meat, depending on what I'm feeling. Everything that's free. That's it. That's the order.
At the end of the thought. Okay.
Yeah. Literally everything that's free, I'm taking it. Like, let me get them veggie pepper or fajita peppers.
You paused like there was going to be more at the end of that, and then you just stopped talking, and I wasn't sure what was happening there.
I just letting it breathe, you know. Because like, again, it's free. Why wouldn't I take it? You know what I mean? Like, let me get some of those black beans and some pintos. Why not? Right? Like, what's wrong with some pintos?
Can I ask, how is this? So this dude clearly is. Does he have the corporate card loaded onto his app? Because he's getting the rewards points. The assistant director of football operations is getting the rewards points, but it's Cignetti's order. So, like, clearly it's his job to be like, hey, go get my lunch.
Right.
So Cignetti's not paying for it, or did he load Cignetti's card into his app? Like the first day, did Cignetti hand over the visa and was like, here, go get me Chipotle, and he just popped it onto the app.
Yeah, and it was probably one of those things where Cignetti was like, "Here, go get lunch for the coaches, for the staff. Like, just go get whatever." Kid went and got Chipotle catering, whatever, brought it in. They set it up. Cignetti's like, what is all this? Like, what is all this stuff? He's like, oh, it's like tacos, man. You can make your own burrito. And Cignetti was like, all right, cool. Let me get rice, bean, chicken. Like that's all you want, coach? Like, you can put other
and I'm
stuff.
gonna eat this every day for the next 2 years.
Yeah, they like got some guac. He was like, fine, give me some guac. And he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is what I want every day. And the kids, are you for real? He's like, yeah, I mean, you already got the info. Like, every day, this is what I want for lunch by 11:45 on my desk.
It's a ballsy move. I kind of took it as like the IU had their slush fund, and this kid's just been going into the petty cash in the drawer and taking out $10 and some change every day to get Sig's Chipotle order.
He's in there rifling through. He's like, got 5 singles.
Behavior, Mook, eating the same thing every single day for 2 years. That's psychopath behavior.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I've done it before. Like,
for 2 years. For 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. See, and even then, when I was like in my pot pie phase, I'd at least switch it up. Like, one day it'd be a beef pot pie, the next day it'd be a chicken pot pie.
You gotta just get tired of it at some point. Look, I eat the same lunch a lot. I have the same chicken wraps most days, but there are some days where I'm like, I gotta put like mayo on this or buffalo sauce or like switch it up somehow, like I'm gonna put bacon on it today or something different. I can't imagine eating the same lunch for 2 years in a row. That's serial killer behavior.
It's tough. Yeah.
Is that what it takes to be a national championship coach?
I mean,
I'm
here for it. Sure, if that's it, if that's all we got to do, like, all right, sign me up, man. Can't be that bad. Also, Tank pointing out, and I swear to God, I said this like a year ago. He said, time for Saudi Arabia to buy a college team, the Riyadh Boilermakers 2026. I'm telling you, like, at some point very soon, we already had private equity sniffing around. Like, the athletic department is going to separate from the university, and we're going to have full on just club athletics.
It's definitely coming. We're gonna get private equity in college. I mean, we already do. We have private equity. Who was it? Utah that just went private equity and has like a whole separate entity for their athletics program.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think they needed it to pay for what's his name replacement, Willingham's replacement, right?
Is this
Kyle
Willingham? Kyle Whittingham. Yeah.
Kyle Whittingham.
Yeah, they broke the private equity seal. First college athletic department to accept private equity money. Historic $500 million investment. Still not what Cuban did. I don't know what Cuban did, but I'm sure he was like, "Oh, they spent $500 million. I got you. We can take care of it."
I'll just launch another crypto and rug pull. It'll be fine.
So I wanted to talk to you about that interception to end that game because this was very storybook, this national championship game, right? It was Fernando Mendoza returns back to Miami where he went to high school to play against the team he wanted to play for in Hard Rock Stadium, against the hometown team that he grew up loving, whose coach went to the same high school that Fernando Mendoza went to. They both went to Columbus High School in Miami. So there's like this tie-in to how they're connected and they're alumni of the same school. So that's already a good storybook. But then the ending. Do you know who it was that intercepted Carson Beck that sealed the win for Indiana?
Pass.
His name was Jamari Sharp. Jamari Sharp was the quarterback that intercepted that pass and prevented Miami from getting their 6th national title. Let's go back to 2002. Do you remember what happened in 2002 with Miami in the national title game? Miami versus Ohio State.
Beat Ohio State.
They lost to Ohio State thanks to a pass interference call in the end zone. The safety who was flagged for that pass interference call was Glenn Sharp, the uncle of Jamari Sharp. So we have the same family cost Miami from getting their 6th title 24 years apart. That's bananas, man. That's absolutely crazy. The guy who blew it and cost Miami their national title, even though he didn't really blow it, it was a good play and it was just bad flag. His nephew then comes up with the interception that seals it for Indiana and costs Miami the national title. That's insane to me.
What are the odds? Like, in all honesty, like what are all the odds there?
Wild. Are you reading something, Mook? You
I am, yeah.
This is really hard with only two. This is
I know
why
it is, right?
Greg
Well,
needs to be here. So when you get distracted, he can vamp and you can read whatever you're reading instead of just going, yeah, and then stopping and staring at the screen for a little bit.
Well, to be fair, Matt Stanton confused me because he said that I deserved a rap air horn for the Kobe helicopter.
That was from
quote.
last week's show.
And that's why I got confused. I was like, but that was last week. What? And then I scrolled past the beautiful image you have of our show, our preview for tonight. And I finally found what Gabe had poked at me in the chat to pull up. And again, this is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, we might lose our jobs to AI, but it ain't going to be tonight. Because look at how it's spelled Indiana on this dude's shirt. Actually, maybe don't. I don't know. Is this maybe a race card situation? But
it's
Indiana's and Ularatamel.
And in 2003 was Glenn Sharp's Penty.
Yep. and Indiana Delaware. Delau. I mean, it looks nice, but also notice the pants are basically the same color. Like,
Same, yeah. Very similar uniforms in this AI image. But it is awesome that the same family cost Miami national championships 24 years apart.
You hate to see it.
Jesse pointing out, don't forget, Miami paid twice as much for Beck than Mendoza. Can we talk about Beck's comments that he made this week that he went a little viral for? I don't know if you saw that during media availability. Somebody asked Carson Beck, like, did you go to class this week? And if so, what was that like? And I know there was a pep rally, blah, blah, blah. And Beck laughed and said, I graduated 2 years ago. There was no class. And just put it out there. Like, I don't come here to play school. I came here to win football games and make millions of dollars. So the pearl clutching that occurred after that statement, all of the white hairs were like, oh, I told you college football's dead. I don't even go to class. Can you imagine if Carson Beck was black, what the reaction to that comment? It would have been I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of people that were upset that he said he doesn't go to class. But if he was a black dude, holy shit, you would have thought the world ended. It would have been over. College football, as you know, it is dead. It's never coming back again, blah, blah, blah. Jesse's saying, yet they applauded Leinart for taking ballroom dancing for a semester.
Well, it showed he was graceful and deft on his feet,
Boyle, I got to go back. Boyle said this is the white people colored football pants on this AI image.
I was trying to figure out what he meant by that. Did he mean that like they were see-through, like skin colored? Like the ones that look like they're naked when they're wearing them?
Yeah. With those colored pants, they always end up it's like, I see that dude's ass. Can we that sweaty guy's ass is showing through these pants.
Can already see his junk. I don't need to actually see it. It's fair.
What do you make of Carson Beck? Just putting it out there that he's not enrolled at Miami. He doesn't go to class. He's not a real student.
It tracks. Honestly, I don't know why we would have expected anything different out of him. Like the guy is just, I can't wait for him to just get drafted in the 4th round, make it through camp, and we never have to hear about him again.
Hold on. Do you care though? Do you care if Carson Beck goes to class or not? Do you care if any of these guys go to class?
No, I don't give a shit. Like,
okay, all right.
When was the last time the NCAA ruled a guy academically ineligible? Like, To me, class should be optional for these guys. Give them the free tuition. Like, you got to give them that benefit. But like, if they don't show up to class, who literally cares? What's the point? Like, they're getting paid to play football. School's something to keep them out of trouble. The like 4 hours a day they're not on the football field or in the training facility. So yeah, you got to do something with your time. And who knows? Maybe they'll meet a nice girl or boy and you fall in love, and they'll have some crash out in the NFL with them.
I just I got to be honest. Like, I don't care if these guys go to class or not. I like if
doesn't matter
if
to me.
you
One
had
bit.
told me Notre Dame was full of guys who didn't go to class and they win the national championship, I'm fine with that. This illusion of the student athlete, like they got to be in class and they got to have a certain GPA, like that's gone for me, and I don't care. I don't need this like mentality of like, oh, it's a student athlete, because I've been to school where like I was with athletes in class and they weren't in class very much. Like when the illusion was there that they had to be in class, they weren't. There were a lot of Xavier men's basketball players that were not in class very often. So like it doesn't faze me and I'm okay with it. Brian chiming in here and he said, Miami's never been a real school. They actually are pretty decent, right? Like Miami as a university as a whole, it's a private
medical college is pretty good.
It's a fairly good school. Do they let the football players skate? Probably.
Absolutely.
And honestly, the schools that don't are the ones that are going to get left behind. Like Notre Dame, wake the fuck up, man. Like you got to let these players go. The days of student athlete, the days of you got to be in class, and it's gone, man. It's done. Because here's what's going to happen. You make these kids go to yes, Xavier basketball players are catching strays, and not just basketball players. I was in class with some baseball players too that weren't in class very often. Look,
as long as it wasn't a class where you did group work, I didn't care. Like other than that, I loved it because they were entertaining to me to watch them just schlep around and barely skate by. And yeah, you're right, Mike. Like you go to class, who cares? Come on, it's college. Like I'll show up, take the exam, it'll be fine.
Jesse also pointing out, if they're no longer students, they're labor, and labor can collectively bargain, and Sankey ain't letting that happen.
Right. But that doesn't mean you have a class. Like just enroll them as students, make them sign up for a class, and then withdraw the day before finals. Like we all know the tricks. Come on now. Like y'all got your C's and degrees, the upfront, like straight up way. Like get out of here.
Tank said
the Kaiser grocery method.
Tank said I'd go to class just to get some help from the Miss Brittany at my school.
See, again, whatever motivates the student to do better by themselves and take advantage of their opportunities.
Whoa, Gabe. Gabe said at least the basketball players and baseball players graduated.
Look, let's go roll call the basketball and baseball players right now, and I feel like your boy Mike's coming out on top of at least half of them.
Also, I could have graduated too if I had the same special permissions of just, you don't have to be here. Just, go out there and, do whatever and get us to the Elite Eight and then we'll look the other way. I could be on the sidelines for an Elite Eight squad. And
you know what?
Come on, man.
You just hit
I've got some epic celebrations, by the way. Epic sellies at the end of the bench. That would have been where your boy shines. Sitting at the end of the bench. And
I got to tell you, there's nothing less underrated than Sellies, because I gotta tell you, this week Rex coming through, record setting 104-yard pick six. Rex picking it off in the end zone. I mean, look at the way he tracks this ball, just hawks it, straight up snatches this shit. Look at that thing. Look at that editing too. Wow. Oh,
what's the Selly? Where's the Selly?
It's beautiful. Well,
nice,
that's the thing.
Good. Thank you.
He runs it back.
The video go too long.
Why no Selly?
Oh no, Selly! Come on,
no
man.
Selly. Now he does hit him with the fake step back there, but you gotta Selly into the end zone, and yes, that's how records are made. Kids, you gotta Selly though.
Rex plays with Army. Army doesn't Selly.
He does.
That's actually true. He's playing true to life. Army hands football to the ref.
Then why was he stunting in the end zone? Just saying. But you gave me an idea, Mike, and I like this a lot actually. So I'm with you. Class should be optional unless you lose. You start losing, your ass better get a 3.0 GPA. You got two options. You do well in school or you win on the field/court. That's it, non-negotiable. Like there's a sliding scale of like how much you win and how bad your grades can be.
I'm actually on board with this. I would love to see like a team suffer like a real heartbreaking loss.
Yep.
And then the professor just emails them at like 10 o'clock at night on Saturday night and is like, sorry for the loss, kids. See you on Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that chem lab now. Like, get at me. Look, NIL, we finally got a carrot, but for that carrot to be effective, you got to get the stick.
Mook, the Big Ten has now won 3 straight national championships.
It's disgusting.
Ohio State, Indiana. We can finally stop talking about SEC dominance, right? Like that's over and done with. And we can now say ever since NIL came into the picture, you don't have these dads that have to get jobs at car dealerships in Alabama. They can now just get the money in Indiana. So the dominance of the SEC is over. Can we agree that the SEC should no longer get special treatment because they're clearly not the best conference?
No, because if we do that, then the special treatment goes to the Big Ten, and then that means Michigan and Ohio State get it, and nobody wants that. At least if it's the SEC, they spread it out amongst a lot more evil, whereas in the Big Ten, it would just be concentrated, you know?
It's a good point. You get Oklahoma getting in when they don't deserve it, or Alabama getting in when they don't deserve it, instead of Michigan getting in when they don't deserve it. Okay. All right. Lesser of two evils, I guess, in this case. Not that it matters because we're getting
it's inevitable. Yeah. Like and that's also part of it. It's like a coping thing, right? Like you can't stop this avalanche. So just might as well find a way to like smile while it mows you down.
They can't come to an agreement though, Mook. It's been reported the Big Ten and the SEC met over the weekend in Miami. No closer to a resolution on how the playoffs should be expanded. The SEC says they want 16. The Big Ten wants 24. The SEC said we should go 16 and try it out. And the Big Ten said, fine, let's go 16. But with a commitment that in 3 years after that, we go to 24. And the SEC is like, well, I don't know about that, mainly because their conference sucks and they don't want all of these Big Ten teams in over them. 24 teams will expose the SEC for the fraud of a conference that they actually are when they don't get as many bids as they think they should. So they can't come to an agreement, and every other conference, they're asking other conferences about it, and the other conferences are like, I don't know. Go ask them. I can't do anything about it. It's literally just the SEC and the Big Ten that are determining all of this now. So what do we do here, Mook? When does this finally net out?
I don't know, but like we can't be expanding that much because there ain't a whole lot room left on here. You know, like they're going to make you rework this entire graphic and you're going to complain about it so much, for the love of God. So I hope we don't change it for at least one more season. I think 16 though, honestly, 16 feels like a good number. 24 feels like a lot. I was a little bored at one point this weekend though. And just on a whim, I asked Gemini if we took, cause I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's lean in. Everyone makes the playoffs. Let everybody in. Why not? Let's just go EFL style with this and like make it like the Open Cup. Why don't we? Right? How many rounds would we have to play if you included every single school in D1 or in actually how far to go? D1 AA. So FCS, FBS, Division 2 and Division 3. If you group all those schools together, how many rounds would we have to play until we had one winning team?
So you're saying group FBS, FCS, Division 2, Division 3 all together, and
it's like one big ass pool, and then you seed the pool, and then you play a one loss single elimination. That's what they call it, single elimination tournament.
So there's 130 teams in the FBS. There's about 130 in the FCS. I don't even know if you count D2 and D3 how many teams that goes up to. But
667 to 693.
It's a lot of games. So we don't have a regular season. We just have a very long tournament. You have one chance. one game. You might wait all off season for one game and lose in the first round, and your season's done because there's 600 teams in the tournament.
Yeah, and in this model, 357 of them get a first round bye just to get to the right number. Do you want to take a guess? Guess how many rounds, because I was like, how long would this take? Because I went exactly where you. I was like, how long would this shit take? Like if we start to really extrapolate it out. So how many rounds do you think it would be for that 600 whatever the hell teams?
Dude, it's got to be well, that's 300 games. Wait, if you said how many get a bye in the first round?
357 get a bye.
All right,
310 teams would play.
So 310 teams are playing. So that's 150 some games just in the first round. Dude, I don't know. It would take months and months.
9 rounds, 10 rounds technically.
That's it. It would only take 10 rounds.
Yep.
This is where
shit.
Math is stupid.
This is where shit gets weird. You ready for this? What if we limited it just FBS? With just FBS, 136 teams.
9 rounds.
It would take 8. It would only cut off 2 rounds. I was like, shit. No, that's how it goes though. Yeah, that's the power of 2. How about that?
So that is what they're pushing for. The Big Ten wants to do away with conference championships and go 24 teams, which I get. I'm okay with that. If we don't have the dumb conference championship that doesn't really mean anything, and you just get
what is the point of it?
You're just getting like 4 teams from the Big Ten and 4 teams from the SEC and 4 teams from the ACC. You don't have to worry about Duke playing Virginia for a meaningless ACC championship game that fucks Notre Dame out of getting into the playoffs. You can actually just have 4 ACC teams in the playoffs going for the national title. I'm cool with it if we're getting rid of conference championships. I don't hate the idea, but you got to do something. You can't have a conference champ. That's where they're going to have to figure out what money they want to take, because you can't take all of it.
And it's funny, I just noticed this. God, there are other times I love AI because this shit broke it down for me, and like it broke it into sections, right? So the first section was the calculation, the second was how the bracket would look, and the third is the quote scheduling nightmare end quote. And at the end of it, it goes, when added to a standard 12-game regular season, the team winning the championship would play 20 games, which is a full NFL season, including the playoffs. So you look at it that way, and it's like, that's actually not that much more football then. So we could do a 12-game regular season schedule, let every single team in FBS into a single elimination bracket, and still be done in time for the Super Bowl.
I mean, Mook, the FCS does that already. They have 24 teams that go into the playoffs. Like it already happens at other levels of college football.
I'm talking about 128 teams. Because
you're saying everybody in. Your
everybody.
Your solution to everybody complaining about playoffs watering down the regular season is make the regular season completely pointless by
no, well, hold on. That's not what I said. You're playing for seeding. Because imagine how great is it going to be when Ohio State gets the number 1 overall seed and basically just has to go and play the whole Sun Belt Conference to get to round 3, and then they lose to like Middle Tennessee State.
Don't talk shit about the Fun Belt. That's a good conference.
Big Sky. Sorry, Big Sky. Then
there we go. Thank you.
WST. Yeah, Big Sky. But like it would be completely meaningless.
Jesse's got the right idea here. It's going to be a super league. The SEC and the Big Ten are going to break off and do their own thing, and they're going to invite some teams in. Like Notre Dame will get invited in. Some teams like Clemson, Florida,
and will decline.
Probably get Miami will get brought in. Like the bigger brands will get brought into the Big Ten SEC Super League, and then they're just gonna do whatever the fuck they want. Like that you just play in the Super League, and then you don't play any of these other teams that aren't in the Super League.
So again, since I can clearly see and tell the future, like the Riyadh Boilermakers would point to, what's gonna happen next is the conferences themselves as like an athletic entity are going to kind of dissolve and morph into just becoming regional TV networks. And we'll have a separate governing body that is the Super League, And then the SEC, really what they are is they're the ones that negotiate and manage the broadcast rights for those teams.
So you're saying that the SEC and the Big Ten are going to break apart and form their own league, and then they're going to dissolve the Big Ten and the SEC, and then form smaller regional, let's call them conferences, that then play like a schedule against the teams within that conference to then move on to the playoffs in the Super League.
No, what I'm saying is the Big Ten, the SEC are going to pool a little bit of money, a very small amount of money, and they're going to create a new organization that just handles all the scheduling, all the logistics, all the travel plans, all that crap. And then they're going to put their focus where it rightfully belongs and has been the whole time on selling the rights to this sports product to the TV companies. And so the SEC will collectively bargain on behalf of Auburn, Alabama, et cetera, and Big Ten will get their schools, and the Pac-12 will take care of their schools. But all they focus is making money off of all these student athletes and their programs, and then delegate to some other body to figure out the schedule and like who should play and roster size and all that stuff. We're just going to focus on the making money part. You handle the administrative portion of the sports, the athletics.
So,
nationally.
How is that different from what they do right now? Because that's pretty much what they do right now.
Well, they wouldn't have to make rules about how a player would be like eligible or like, you know what I mean? Like,
the NCAA does.
Oh. Well, they wouldn't have to make rules about like the roster construction and like what you're allowed to do and like what is our kickoff.
The NCAA does. Yeah. Weird.
Well, they definitely don't want to have to worry about like scheduling where all these playoff games are going to take place and like getting the local cities excited about them and really rolling out the carpet to host them. So they wouldn't want to deal with that. So they would need someone to do that stuff.
That's what the NCAA does.
Damn. Sweet. So why are we getting rid of them?
That sound means Mook, don't you? It's time for the Wise Guys poll. It's the Wise Guys way too early top 10 poll. The dust has settled. We are moving on to next season, so we get to look ahead. Let me go ahead. Let's hide the chat here real quick. We gotta, you know what? Let's get rid of this so that we can see this fully and completely. This is the Wise Guys way too early top 10 poll. If you're new here, we rank college football teams by the only thing that really matters. Does Vegas think they can win the national championship? So here we go. Number 10, Oklahoma and USC. Way too early, plus 3,500 odds to win the national title next year. Number 9, Miami of Florida, plus 2,000. You know what's crazy? The last Wise Guys poll before we wrapped it all up, they were at number 10 with terrible odds, and they nearly almost won it all. So Miami, number 9, to make it back and win the national title this time around. Number 8, Alabama at plus 1,800 odds. Number 7, Texas A&M at plus 1,600. Number 6, Texas Tech plus 1,400. Number 5, LSU Lane Train plus 1,200 odds to win the national title. So that brings us to our top 4-ish for the way too early Wise Guys top 10. Number 4, Georgia plus 900 odds. Number 3, Mook, Oregon plus 850 odds. Wait till you see number 2, my friend, because tied at plus 750 odds.
Okay. Hail Caesar.
Hook 'em and go Irish. And then the number 1 odds for the way too early top 10, Ohio State and Indiana tied at plus 700 odds to win it all. Mook, what do you make of the way too early top 10?
Point of order. Are these pre or post transfer portal?
These are right now, current odds. Right now, way too early. We don't have transfer.
These
odds are going to fluctuate. We'll get preseason odds, but this is the very first poll. The first time you can bet on next year's champion. These are your initial odds.
I'm very excited, dude. Marcus slayed it in the portal this offseason, man. Like, he got everybody. Like, went and got everybody. It's crazy. And like what I love about it is I heard a story where apparently Marcus and team had these guys all locked in.
Yes,
but they held it back. They didn't announce it.
I heard.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, I think so. If not,
we should say it again.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth from Notre Dame's side to just like hold back on all this news where people were like, "What is happening? You're getting nobody. There's nobody in the portal," and then boom, all of a sudden, all these guys announce that they're at Notre Dame. Jesse with a great point. Miami might not have a quarterback. That could change the odds. Did you see that story, Mook? So the kid from Duke is trying to get out of.
I did see that. I didn't realize he was going to Miami. That's
the rumor. The rumor is that Miami is the odds to land him if he can leave Duke, but Duke's suing him now to not allow him to leave. Mook, what kind of quarterback player are you going to get out of a guy who doesn't want to be there and you have sued to keep on the roster? He's not going to play well. Like, at that point, you got to cut your losses and be like, yeah, that sucks. All right, good luck, kid. But you can't force him to stay.
Sure, you can. He signed a contract.
He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to play for you anymore. So you force him to stay and you think you're going to get production out of him?
No, you find another way to make use of him. I mean, like, yeah, Duke's
not a huge college. Millions of dollars to sit on the bench. That sounds
terrible. No. Look, Duke may not be a huge football school, but I'm sure they got trash they got to pick up in the stadium after the game. Like, get to stepping.
Tank asking a good question. How do you think the importance of the portal will affect high school recruiting? Are people still going to fight over 4- and 5-star high school players that likely won't see the field for 3 years at a OSU or ND? Yeah, I think they still will, because you do still need. You can't win just on the portal alone. You have to have talent that you've brought up. So there is still the need. And honestly, it's a little bit more important because now you have to develop a relationship with those kids and keep them. It's not just get them to sign and then they're yours for 4 years. You have to actually foster that relationship and keep them there. The other side to this, though, Mook, somebody brought this up on a podcast I was listening to. Do you think
there's other podcasts?
It's weird. There's like one or two out there. It's like us and like one or two other podcasts. But somebody brought up,
she did some good shit.
Somebody brought up, do you think the NFLPA loves the idea of NIL and the transfer portal? Because there's that kid from Oregon who could have been a top 2 pick, but decided to go back to Oregon. So that means some quarterback who would have lost his roster spot is now still in the league at a higher pay than what you could have potentially, like they would have lost this lower end guy being replaced by the kid coming out of college. They would have cut him and possibly somebody else to make the money work. Now you get these guys staying in the league a little bit longer because the kids are more likely to stay or more willing to stay in college for another year or so. So the NFLPA wins out. The students win out because they can make some money while they're in college. The high school kids, it hurts them a little bit because you got guys staying a little bit longer in school, but they can now.
High school kids can get paid, brother.
I was going to say they can still get paid while they're there. Everybody wins except for the OWGs. Like it's kind of badass.
Well, I mean, you know what that means, though.
That they're going to put rules in to stop it all from happening.
Yeah, they're pulling the long con. This is some of that. The milk and honey or whatever that's got Greg used to talk about at the Coliseum. Like they're just placating us at this point. You know. I'm for it though, man. Like, look, the way I see it, I got like another 3-4 years until like all the kids, you know, all our kids are getting old enough to be in high school, and I need to get my agency certificate. But like, let's all get our piece, man. Like, what's wrong with it? If people willing to pay, like, I'll help you come off that money.
I love
Oliver's a hell of a field hockey player the way he's working them golf clubs lately. So watch out. You know who's pissed about this? The Olympic athletes, and not like the Olympic sport athletes. I mean, the legitimate Olympic athletes who for decades have been competing and pouring their lives into these sports for a shot once every 4 years. And even if they win a gold medal, they get like a couple $100. That's who that professional pole vaulter who, graduated college a couple years ago and never got a sniff of NIL or brown paper bags, in the locker.
But now those pole vaulters haven't figured out. That Mondo dude hasn't figured out. He's like, listen, I'm going to break my world record 1 centimeter at a time, and I'm just going to cash that $100,000 check for breaking the world record every single time I do it. Could I? You don't remember that story?
He gets a check. Who's giving checks for world records? I've got like 3 of them.
You have not gotten 3 world records.
What? Absolutely. What do you mean?
Name them. Go.
Longest time living with my condition. Most creative gambling parlay to not hit. No one talks about those. Pass. Can I get back to you on that one?
Sure. You don't remember that story though, that pole vaulter? He's the kid that he's from Louisiana, but he competes for like Switzerland or something like that, or Sweden. But he is really good, amazing. He's broken the world record like several times, and there's an agency that pays out $100,000 every time you break the world record. So he's figured this out, and he breaks his own world record by 1 centimeter, like every event, to get the $100,000 check. And he's just cashing checks, breaking his. He could break it and set several feet above, but he's like, why would I do that? I get a check every time I break it. So he's just breaking it by 1 centimeter every single time he competes, and just keeps on cashing checks. He's admitted to it. He's like, yeah, I found the loophole.
I love that. I love that, especially because he's put it out there and they haven't tried to pull the rug pull like we've seen with all these like field goal kicking competitions, half court shots, and all that other kind of stuff. Like
Gabe said, big dick Mondo, different guy. Big dick guy. Big dick pole vaulter was different than Mondo, I think. I'm pretty sure the big dick pole vaulter. Do we remember? We should. I don't. Sorry, Mook. We slipped into Olympics talk, and I didn't even. My bad.
Oh shit, that's.
So the big dick pole vaulter, I think.
Like every time, man. Every time I know it's gonna fall, but every time it's still just great.
I just Googled pole vaulter hits, and the first Google autofill was pole with junk. So I got it. That got to be the guy. Let's see.
It's got to be big dick.
No, this was Anthony Ammirati. He was from France. That had the.
Oh, I take it all back. He's French. That's no good. Can't have that.
Mondo Duplantis is who is breaking the world record slowly. He's from Lafayette, Louisiana. He went to LSU, but he does not pole vault for the U.S. because he's a traitor. He pole vaults for Sweden. Big dick pole vault.
Oh, Sweden. So he's not French.
No, he's Swedish. No, French. The French guy was the guy with the big dick who knocked the pole. He disqualified.
Yeah.
Junk hit the bar.
Sometimes it pays to be a grower, not a shower.
No, in that case, well, you're right. Okay, good Olympics talk.
And she lines it up and everything.
Do we have to get a new one of those for the Winter Olympics coming up? Do we have to get did you see the bobsled team, the U.S. bobsled team, just absolute train wreck of a run down the mountain?
I did not.
Only the
Does
driver,
the sled go without him? Yep.
Only the driver made it in the sled. The other 3 crashed out and didn't make it into the sled. So they're all laying at the top of the hill while the driver is driving the sled by himself.
Probably got a great time. I mean, think about it. You really get going.
No, you don't have the momentum from the weight.
Oh, you have the weight. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just
I love that though. I swear there's nothing funnier than when that happens and their sledge is gone because they don't even bother chasing it either.
No,
it's just like,
what are you gonna do? It's going down an icy hill.
Right.
You're not gonna run after it. At that point, though, why don't you just slide down on your belly? Just turn it into a skeleton run. Have some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you?
Might as well, right?
Tank pointing out the driver had to pull his own brakes. It's actually pretty dangerous being the only one in a 4-man sled by yourself.
That's true because there ain't no way to stop. Like you're gonna hit the end of the track eventually.
Yeah, because the first one in is the driver. If Cool Runnings taught me anything,
right.
First one in is the driver. The second one is the brake man, and then the third and fourth are just guys that help you push the sled.
They're just filler.
They're there for vibes, right?
They're meat. Yeah.
So if 3 and 4 don't make it in, you're okay because you could still have a driver and somebody braking. But if 2 doesn't make it in, buddy, that's scary. That's a scary run down that hill.
That's where you're radioing down to the bottom. You're like, yeah, just get ready. Like it's happening. Just it. The good news is you got about 60 seconds, but it's happening. Yeah.
Throw up some mattresses or some shit because I'm coming in hot.
Man, you know what? So speaking of coming in hot, Matt Barr was coming in hot this weekend, even though it was pouring rain.
Going and now right back to work. A quick pass.
I mean, just look at that. Spin cycle, embarrassing.
There he goes.
Ice skates, embarrassing. And then you got Larry Moe and Curly here just falling all over the place, like playing against the Three Stooges. And yes,
and once he found
Matt Barr did sell it.
Horrific tackling from Kansas.
Terrible tackling. But that's what happens when all you do is play EA cheese all day. Which there's a rumor. There's a rumor in the Craft Brewed Dynasty Discord. We aren't really sure whether or not Matt Barr and Curt Cignetti are the same person. Because if you look at Sig's run this year and you look at, EA's Dynasty, Sig just pulled a college football 26 dynasty on everyone this season, 16-0, just stomping everyone. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Made the move from James Madison to Indiana. It's very college football dynasty like.
Right? So who's over there on those San Diego State sticks? Might not be Matt.
Let's talk some NFL, man, because to your surprise, there was NFL games this weekend. You didn't even realize that we had...
the worst part, I watched like all of them.
I appreciated that they divvied up the shit games for us. Like we had on both days, we had a shit game and a pretty decent game. And that happened on both days. Saturday, we had to sit through the Niners and the Seahawks, which was a horrible, horrific curb stomping game. Just absolutely brutal all around. But then we were treated afterwards to a pretty good one on Saturday, where we had was Saturday the Bears? No, Sunday was the Bears. Who was it on Saturday?
What day is today?
It was the Bills. It was the Bills. The Bills playing the Broncos. That was Saturday. Right?
Yeah.
That was Saturday. Yes, that was Saturday. Because the Bears was Sunday night.
I don't feel confident about any of these answers.
I'm telling you, that feels good. Bills and the Broncos.
What does it feel like?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good about this. This is
real good.
I feel good. Real good. Can't describe it. It's good. It's real good.
Amazing.
So we had the Niners
still employed
Seahawks. Absolutely horrible game. But then you had the Bills and the Broncos, which was an overtime game. You got to watch Josh Allen cry. You got to watch Bosa slam his helmet in the tunnel after the game. How'd you feel about watching the Bills lose that game, Mook? Because this was like their year to do it. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar. This was Josh Allen's year to finally break through, and he didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to watch, honestly.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of friends that are Bills fans, and I feel bad for them because I know they're going to be smashing tables out of anger, not joy, and that sucks, right? Never a good time. But man, I don't know what it is that's holding the Bills back, and maybe it is McDermott. The thing I don't quite understand though is how does the GM still have his job when he's basically done nothing around Josh Allen?
Crazy, like no offensive weapons whatsoever. You're giving him nothing but old wide receivers to try to throw to, and then like drafting one every once in a while. The GM still having a job and McDermott being fired is crazy. How pissed was Harbaugh when they announced that McDermott was fired? Because Harbaugh like jumped at that Giants job and he was like, motherfucker, if I could have just waited 4 more days, I could have been in Buffalo with Josh Allen. Instead, I'm in New York with Cam Scattaboo. And like the Bill, I know we joked on the show that the Giants job is a good job if everybody comes back, but the Bills job is a way better job, right? Like you're closer in Buffalo than you are in New York.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. Look, you got to think that if Harbaugh knew that there's a chance that McDermott gets fired. Like the agents, everyone behind the scenes, they all talk. So like he had to know there was a good chance that job could open up. My gut tells me that what it was is that as far as transitioning away from Lamar to something else, Jackson Dart, right? Jackson Dart. That's the
Dart. Yeah.
Jackson Dart feels closer to Lamar than Josh Allen. And he's just like, that's a whole different kind of situation. I'm going to stick closer to what I know.
I don't know if that's true because Josh Allen is pretty mobile for a dude his size. Like he moves pretty well. So I think he's
but he's like bigger. He's not quite as juke movie, like I feel like what's his name? Jackson Dart and Lamar Jackson both play off script more than Josh Allen has been groomed to do.
I think it's more than that. I think it's more that Harbaugh he wants out of the AFC. He doesn't want to have to deal with Mahomes and Burrow and Lamar. He wants a little bit of an easier path, so he goes to the NFC.
Why wouldn't you want to deal with Burrow? He's not even playing half the time. Like, what's there to be afraid of there? Not to mention the fact that Mahomes is laid up with a busted-ass knee. Who knows what he's going to look like? And at some point, all those cheeseburgers are going to catch up with Andy Reid.
But Travis might be gone. Travis could be gone. And then a new tight end.
Fuck that guy.
I know. You're one cutting short, dude.
I hope their wedding is terrible and it rains.
Mookie, who wrote on my mail today? Who wrote on the mail?
What you talking about, man? I know a fan clearly because they clearly have wonderful taste and wisdom about this show. You should be happy you've got a stalker like that. That's when you really made it. Dorian, dude, you missed the Tulane. Well, there were no Tulane highlights today, but it had 2 solid CFP highlights. So let me know if you need to see him again.
Dorian appreciates the new layout. I'm digging it too. I like this view where we can see the comments throughout as they just kind of scroll up.
Yeah, we got to move the graphics though if we're gonna do that.
Yeah, well, I need to rework a lot of stuff.
We could just go with this all the time. That's an option.
Yee and the P.
Yee and the P. Mookie rules.
What was your favorite game from the weekend, Mook? Did you have a favorite NFL game?
They were all good.
They weren't all good. No, they weren't. Don't even say that because that Patriots-Texans game was fucking terrible. That was one of the worst football games I've ever seen in my life. I hated every minute of it. Watching CJ Stroud throw interception after interception, and then the Patriots turn the ball over 100 times. That was awful football. Awful football. I hated every minute of it.
So you clearly didn't take the turnover prop, but that's okay. I thought it was extremely entertaining. Like, to me, it was just funny. Like, in the first half, wasn't there I think they had 8 turnovers in the whole game. Like, it was hilariously bad football. And here's the thing. I made a choice coming in because I had a moment where I realized, I'm sorry to do this so late in the show, but like we're down to 3 football games.
Yes.
We only got 3 football games left. And so I made a choice to appreciate and enjoy every minute I got to watch as the season winds down. Because look, man, the UFL, I appreciate you. You're working your ass off and trying so hard, but you ain't it. And because then there's going to be some dark days until FC Cincinnati kicks off in like 4 weeks.
Few weeks. They're in Florida right now. They landed in Clearwater.
Do you know a single guy we signed this offseason? Nope, me neither. It's cool, man. We'll figure it out later. I was talking to my buddy Vince. I was like, so like, what do we make all these signings? Man, he goes, I don't know, dude. Don't talk to me until like mid-February and we see who's actually on the team. I was like, you know what?
Anders there. Denke's back. Miazga should be healthy. Miles Robinson is back.
Do we want Miazga? I mean, yes.
Yes, I do.
Also, if we're gonna do this, we should there you go.
Look, I feel good. Maybe it's just my optimism, but I feel good about this upcoming season.
Yeah, until they let Miami sign their 5th DP, but you know,
I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. We're like 1 or 2 blown ACLs away. That's all it takes.
You know what?
They're old dudes in Miami.
We're 1 because Messi goes down. That's it. That's game. If Messi goes down, I bet you Don Garber just calls everyone. He's like, yeah, so that whole like calendar shift thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start now. Call it a wrap. But we still have games. But blame COVID.
This is the last year, right, of this calendar, and then we get like a shortened season right after it, and then we're into the new calendar. So this is pretty awesome. Oh, let's go back to football to get that. Well, there's your soccer talk for the day. Go FCC.
This is insane, but Biscuit chimed in saying, someone figured out if you spiked the ball every down, you would have a passer rating of 39. And CJ Stroud had a passer rating of 28. How is that possible?
Tank said CJ Stroud was CJ Shook. Jesus didn't carry his ass on the beach that night.
It was so laughably bad.
And thoughts and prayers to Charlie Batch, who caught a stray online where somebody was like, CJ Stroud. They were like, CJ Stroud is reverting to Charlie Batch. And Charlie Batch like tweeted back like, what the fuck did I do, man? Like, he's like sitting in his living room like, come on, man, what did I ever do to you? That's some bullshit, man.
Well, it's funny, though, because I heard Charlie Batch a lot in the radio last week talking about Mike Tomlin's departure. I was like, damn, yeah. Charlie, where you been at, man? Like, because he did a stint back up there in Michigan. Speaking of Michigan, do we have a Skotsky fact of the day?
We do. Do you want to switch gears? Because there's still some meat on the bones for the playoffs. We could do.
Oh, there's so much meat on the bones.
NFL. Let's talk NFL, and then we'll go Skotsky stat, and then we'll wrap up with a little bit of college basketball talk. So, we watch this sloppy Texans Patriots game, and then we're rewarded with an amazing game between the Bears and the Rams Sunday night. Like that game, Mook, I know you don't like Caleb. I know you don't like him, and I get it. You're a USC hater through and through, true Notre Dame fan. That was such a fun game to watch. Like, and,
it really was, though.
Not only the game, just like the last 2 minutes when Caleb hit that throw to put it into overtime, unbelievable. I'm not a Bears fan. I jumped off the couch at that.
Well, but you realize the only way and the reason that play was completed.
Notre Dame tight end Cole Kmet
exactly bailed him out.
I got you. Yeah, it wasn't Caleb running 20 yards the wrong direction and then heaving it off his back foot while falling backwards, and Cole maybe pushing off, maybe not. I don't know. But unbelievable play. Mook, do you think they should have gone for 2 there? Because I feel like they should have gone for 2. Like at that point, go for the win. You've got them on the ropes. Dude, you just sucked the air out of that team. You just stabbed them through the heart with a 50-yard pass that should have been a sack to put it within one. And you're at home, go for the win. I'm sorry. Look, if we're going to have these coaches that are so balls on the table, go for it on fourth down, put your balls on the table when it really matters and go for 2 in that situation. Like, I don't like this half-stepping bullshit of, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going for it on fourth down. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. And then it gets to a situation like that. And it's like, just kick the extra point. We'll get him in overtime. Big save, Goldberg. Like, no, be a man. Go for it.
I mean, that's fair. But in my former man's defense, Ben Johnson may have been sitting there thinking, we're at home in Chicago where it's like 2 degrees, there's snow on the ground, and there's a bit of a breeze. Like, there could be so much that goes wrong in that 2-point conversion that doesn't go your way. Why roll the dice on a play right then and there when you could win it on a drive in overtime?
No, you got to go for that. You got to go for that. Because now you're leaving it up to a coin flip. You lose the coin flip, and now the other team gets the ball, and now all they need is a drive to win it in overtime. Fuck that, man. Go for 2. You got the ball. You've got the chance to end it right then and there. They are on the ropes. They just watched you complete a pass that should not have been completed. They thought they had won the game, and then it was snatched from them. Dagger in the heart, man. Don't pull this shit.
Yeah, I can't argue it too much, but I just and Biscuit, you're right. What kind of team can't get 2 yards? All of them.
No, come on. In the year of the tush push, everybody can get 2 yards.
I changed my mind. Because what does someone from USC do better than the tush push? Bunch of dicks.
You deserve it. That was well done. Lot of fallout though. So you mentioned McDermott getting fired. The other big story from the NFL weekend is Bo Nix, despite the
Broncos my lord
in the game. Bo Nix breaks his ankle. He's out for the rest of the year. Did you see Nick Foles' tweet about that? Oh,
no. Did he say he's available?
No, he did not say he's available. I gotta find Nick Foles' tweet because it was just absolutely choice the way that he addressed the situation. Let me find it. Scrolling. Nick Foles has a lot of podcast clips. Is Nick Foles a podcaster now?
We got a podcast. Does he want to like hang out?
He's the co-founder of Dad Season. What is Dad Season?
Ugh, probably something wholesome and upstanding.
I gotta find his tweet about there it is, the tweet to the Broncos. Just because I want to read it to you. I feel like this needs to be read so that you can get the full gravity of what he said. He said, "Note for the Broncos and their fans. I know it's been an emotional 24 hours. I feel bad for Bo and the team, and I'm sending prayers for a strong recovery. A positive note going into the game versus the Patriots is that they struggle against backup QBs in championship type games." Just putting that big dick Nick energy right out onto Twitter to be like, hey, I was a backup and I beat these motherfuckers. So Jared Stidham can do the same. How do you feel about that, Luke? How'd the line change once that all happened?
I didn't even bother looking because I'm like, well, there's no value here anymore. None. Like,
not even the other way?
It's all gone.
The other way, not towards the Patriots?
No, they're gonna hedge. They're gonna hedge so hard. Like between Vegas wanting to protect themselves and then all the dumb money coming in. Like, not even with the props because it's like the game plan is going to be so dramatically different than what you've seen for the other 18 weeks of the season. Let's see here. All right, NFL Patriots -5.5. Over under 42.5, which feels high-ish for a backup QB, but I don't know. I don't like a 5.5 number personally. That's just me, but
Why? What do you have against 5.5? Is it the half?
Well, it's
or
not-
is it that dangling half? Is that? But I mean, it's all. But 5.5.
it's not
that's-
6 or 7, so we're starting there.
But it's saying they're going to win by a touchdown, right? You're a touchdown difference.
I just don't like the number. I don't like the number. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a good number. Like it feels too in between a touchdown favorite team and a field goal favorite team. And there's a wide chasm between those kinds of teams when setting spreads. So
No, there's not.
just
There's
don't
4
like it.
points between those
no,
teams.
no. That's not how it works when you set a line, though. You're setting it based on the scoring metrics. Like you get 3s and 6s. So you want to figure out how they're going to add their 3s and their 6s with a couple 1s sprinkled in there. There's natural numbers that you like to land on where you're like, all right, I can see how this goes down in a 24-21 kind of thing. That's why you see a lot of 2.5, 1.5. Don't see a lot of 3.5s, 5.5s. You're just like, oh God. So it's like, they're not going to blow them out, but you're pretty sure they're going to win. This other team's really that bad.
For three. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Got him! Oh, that's the trick. Just get you talking about gambling stuff. I didn't.
Yeah, who would have
shit
known?
about
Who
a
would have known?
5.5 point. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, great. He's yammering about 5.5 point spreads. We can walk him right into this son of a bitch. Ah, this is great. And then sure enough, there's a difference between 3.5 and 5.5.
There is. There's a big
6s
difference.
and a couple of 1s sprinkled in there. And then sometimes they do 1.5, and sometimes it's 2.5, and sometimes it's 3.5. You don't see very many 5.5s. Boom, gotcha.
That is literally the replay of the last 30 seconds. Like when I'm womping on CFB 26 and Xbox, and I hold down the quick capture button.
Gabe and Biscuit, by the way, pointing out Gabe with the 6 and 7s.
Thank you.
Biscuit said 6-7, moves hands up and down. I wanted to jump in, but I didn't want to derail you. But I thought the same thing. I was ready to just hit you with the 6-7.
I dropped it. Yeah.
Did. All right, let's get to a Skotsky 45 stat of the day. And Mook, that means we're going to some tennis. He gave us a reason to play the drop. That's pretty exciting.
Aussie Open this week.
Let's see Scott's stat of the day.
For this week's Skotsky 45 stat of the week, we go to tennis, where Novak Djokovic's first-round victory was his 100th win at the Australian Open, making him the first player to reach the century mark at 3 different Grand Slams. He has 101 in Roland Garros, 102 at Wimbledon, and now 100 at the Australian Open. He has 95 in the U.S. Open and could reach 100 later this year. Pretty freaking crazy.
That's a wild stat. I didn't know that Joker was there. That's insane, Mook.
That's a lot of tennis. That's a lot of winning tennis too, man.
Dominance, right? That's what that is. It's just straight up dominance. Like, do you think we're gonna see another stretch of tennis like we've seen with the domination over the last 5-10 years?
I don't know. I feel like we're in this era now with tennis, definitely going through it with MMA, where you just don't have the personalities. I think tennis is going to go through a reset where they've got some guys aging out. There hasn't really been anyone to kind of step in and just fill that void and take the mantle. So I don't think so. I mean, between Joker, Nadal, like we saw some amazing, just indescribable dominance in tennis. So I think it's natural to see regression back to the mean.
Who's Trinity Rodman's boyfriend? That's my pick for like the next rising star. What's his name? Ben.
Trinity Rodman's boyfriend.
Yes, that's it. Trinity Rodman's boyfriend. Yes,
that's who it is. Yeah.
Ben Shelton, right? Ben Shelton, that's his name. That's my pick. But I don't think we're going to see the age of dominance that we saw. We had 3 guys, and I'm strictly talking male tennis here. We saw the age of dominance in women's tennis with Serena and Venus. Like that's actually kind of the precursor to what we're going to see in men's tennis here. But like those 3 dudes dominating and just trading majors around is, I don't know when we see something like that again. 100 wins at 3 of those. That's insane. And he's going to get it at the U.S. Open. He's likely going to get it.
5 matches, a little bit of a stretch. He should get it with where he's positioned, but he might need an extra year just to lock it up.
Do you think he does that? Comes back for one more year just to do it? Has anybody had 100 at all 4 of those?
I don't think so, because the Scott Ski fact of the day said that Djokovic was the 3rd
for 3 to get it at 3. So anybody done 4? That's wild. That's a wild stat. Good work, Skotsky. I love Skotsky 45 stats of the week. They're good stuff. Let's switch gears.
He gave us reason to play with fuzzy balls, so that's a plus.
Let's talk basketball.
Boom shakalaka!
Mook, are you as pissed at Travis Steele as I am? Because this motherfucker couldn't get shit done at Xavier except for beating UC. Tip the cap to you, sir, for always being able to beat UC.
No. We're Curt Cignetti now. You don't get to celebrate beating UC. It's an expectation.
I'm just saying.
As a Xavier fan, it is my birthright to rub it in the Bearcats' face.
If you're gonna have a bad season, at least beat UC. That's all I'm saying. That's my whole
absolute must.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt he bought rounds of Dana's afterwards.
And bought rounds of Dana's. And led the team to the NIT. He didn't lead them to the championship. He was fired before that, but then they won the NIT. So that was the year, right? That was the same year.
You're mad about being the 69th best team in college basketball.
This son of a bitch has Miami at 19-0. 19-0. They haven't lost the game. Did you see them come back to win this week? They were down by 3, hit a buzzer beater to tie it and force overtime, and then won the game to keep the win streak going.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Miami of Ohio.
No, I definitely didn't see it.
Not keeping up with Miami of Ohio, bro?
Other than laughing at the fact that they're 19-0 and they are having to put on a social media campaign just to get ranked.
They did. They finally got ranked.
Well, they finally did. Good for them.
They're number 25.
Wow.
19-0 and ranked 25th in the country.
Right.
Just in the AP poll. In the coaches poll, there are others receiving votes. They're like 28 or 29.
Fucking Travis Steele, man.
I'm pretty sure. I looked at bracketology today just because, like, I haven't been paying attention because Xavier's not going to make it, so I don't really care what the brackets look like. Miami of Ohio is projected as an 11 seed. They're 19-0, and they're projected as an 11 seed. That's an insane thing to think about.
Say less, as the kids say.
Gabe said they won in overtime tonight. So they are now 20-0, back-to-back overtime wins to keep the streak going. That's insane, man. That's insane.
Sorry, I went to the 4-letter to look up their schedule, and on the top headlines here, Mendoza's brother leaves IU to join Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He hopped in the portal right after the game. Like I think he did it from the locker room.
Yeah. Highly probable. Man. See, now I will say that's the part about it, not to make everything about football, but it's America, so everything's about football. I don't like this whole I'm sitting out the playoffs because I'm in the portal, though. Like, that shit bugs me. Like, that to me feels like we've gone too far. We've lost our way, because if you're not playing for championships, what the fuck are you doing here?
Mook, are you the type that if you put your 2 weeks notice in, you're going to give it your all? You're going to go out there and finish all your projects and wrap everything up? Or are you going to mail it in for 2 weeks and not do anything? Sit at your desk, clock in, show up. And then further question, would you rather Would you rather put in your 2-week notice, show up, do all your projects, put in the work, suffer, get angry, get frustrated, deal with clients, do all that bullshit, or put in your 2 weeks notice and then say, by the way, I have 2 weeks of vacation that I've saved up. I'm going to go ahead and take that now. I'll turn in my computer when I get back. Which one sounds more appealing to you?
Well, it would be the finish out strong, because then that lets me get angry and yell at people, and I love that. But then what would happen is my wife would be like, so remember that you've got like 4 full weeks of PTO banked. You should probably cash that out because they ain't going to pay you. Yeah. And be like, oh, shit. Yeah. So remember when I said it was going to be that date? Like, let's push that back a bit, and then I'll see you in a month.
Yeah. So all of these kids that hop in the portal and then sit out the playoffs have put in their 2 weeks notice and don't want to have to deal with their heads getting bashed in at practice and in a game for a school that they aren't going to be at next year. So they don't care. I don't fault them one bit for that. Good for you guys. Put in your 2 weeks and then take your PTO. Have fun.
You really wouldn't want a shot at a championship. Like, and I'm not talking about like the third string guys. I'm talking about like the starting running backs for Oregon who sat out. Like those guys who had a shot at a very good shot at a title, and you're just going to sit.
I think they saw the bracket and they were like, we ain't winning this. Why am I going to put myself through this? We ain't going to win this. My next school, I'll have a shot. This one, it ain't happening.
No,
I've been at practice. I've seen what Indiana did to us the last time. We're not going to win this game. We're not winning. Why am I?
That's fair, but like, don't think you're going to go somewhere else and like win there because you're one ACL away. Now, if you're like, well, but I need to go over here so I can get 6 figures. Yeah, I get it. That's fair. Do they still get all the swag? Because like as they keep winning and they go to all the different bowl games, are those kids still getting all the swag and the Xboxes?
Question. I don't know if they get the swag if they do like second and third round of the playoffs. Do they do? Can you get multiple swag bags? You know, you get like the Fiesta Bowl and then the Cotton Bowl and then the national championship. Is that 3 swag bags you get?
If you're not getting a swag bag, is it a bowl game?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. Also, we forgot to note that even though Mendoza dropped an F-bomb, he apologized in a follow-up post-game press conference because God forbid he.
Sorry about that. I got real excited.
I couldn't help it. Cool. We need a group of men together. Win a game. I
meant to say I'm flipping excited. It just came out. I'm sorry, Mom.
Okay, let's go, Rick.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. Let's talk about these beers we were drinking tonight. What do you got in your mug, Mook? Caesar scale, dog or no dog?
Oh, absolute dog. It was the last flavor of the Hardywood stout, holiday stout. This one was Christmas morning, imperial milk stout with ginger, cinnamon, honey, vanilla, and coffee. Dude, absolute dog. I think this is my favorite one of the batch.
Glad there was no marshmallow. You wouldn't have been able to taste it.
Didn't taste it. Couldn't know.
I had Southern Tier's Tiramisu Imperial Stout, 10%. Absolute dog. Everything Southern Tier puts out is delicious, and this is no exception. Mook, I'm sorry. We can close out the show, but you've had something in the preview for like the last 20 minutes here.
Oh, shit. It just Gabe's AI crap where, clearly the models are wrong because it says Notre Dame's going to win the national championship next year. And we all know they're not going to let that happen. So
I see. I like when AI predicts champions and then they like have like a team that hasn't been invented yet. Like they're just predicting an expansion team also.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, have you ever seen it when they do like the World Series? Like the AI predicts the next 50 World Series, and then it's like, what logo is that? And they're like, oh, that's the Nashville Stingrays, and it's like, what the fuck? That's not even a team. God damn it! They're like, oh, AI knows something we don't know.
Ooh, you know what it is? It's probably that the minor leagues alternate mascots. It's finally made its way to the bigs.
Maybe. Greg's going to be upset we didn't talk any baseball. Andrew Jones made the Hall of Fame today, and he's going to be upset we didn't talk about that at all.
Hang on. At least give it.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Can't give it to him after I start the outro music.
I clicked it before you started the outro. It just took a time.
There we go. You know what this one's for?
Show.
This is a show. Greg will be back next week, but don't you all worry. He will be back. He's not gone for good, so we will see Greg next week. Thank you all for tuning in, though. We really appreciate it. Be sure to follow the show at Crafty Sports on all the socials. We got clips going up. We got some funny videos. I made a video where I made fun of the fact that I look like Mike Lennon, so you can find that on all of our socials. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're growing. We're getting bigger. Tell a friend. Have them subscribe, and then have them tell a friend to have them subscribe. Let's just keep growing this thing. You join the Facebook group if you want, but all the cool kids are over on the Discord. Mookie's got that thing humming. There's bots, there's soundboards, there's all kinds of crazy shit over there on the Discord. Go join it, search up Craft Root Sports and hop on in there. It's basically just a chat in between shows. It's the comment section that's all in there. So be sure to check that out. See you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
This is where Greg would say something about snow bunnies, but more importantly, you'll never walk alone. Hook 'em.
Say snow bunnies?
Bunnies, money, whatever.
You don't worry about the no's, you only worry about the yeses. The no's deserve your future, not the yeses will come.